all our olives. So exciting.
Let's focus. Need to focus. We need to get open olives.
Forward focus.
Okay, this tree is so small we don't even need a net. We came up with a genius plan
Of course we did.
to make our lives easier.
Best way to end a tour that started at 8:30 this morning is with some wine and olive oil on biscuits. Cheers.
Breakfast of Champions.
Welcome back to our channel. We're Andre and Lisa, a South African couple who have been traveling the world full-time since 2018. For most of the last 4 years, we've been meandering around Europe in our motorhome Mali. Recently, we bought a small farmhouse in the south of Italy, which will be a new base for our future travel adventures.
Today is the day.
Good morning, welcome back to Italy, welcome back to Salento, welcome back to our little piece of land. Today we are starting the harvesting of our olives. This is the first for us, so it's going to be a learning experience. We think we have a plan, we think we know what we're going to do today. We'll take you along for the ride, we'll take you from the picking to the pressing, hopefully.
And hopefully within very short time, we're going to have our very first, very own olive oil. That's a lot of berries.
Let's have a quick coffee.
Oh, yes.
And then we get started.
If we don't get shot in the process.
So we ran the numbers yesterday, and if it's just the two of us, okay, firstly, we vigorously pruned the trees this season, and we don't know if they're really going to produce much, so we don't know how yield's going to be. We might only do 5 to 6 kilograms per tree. That means we need to do 20 trees just to get 100 today, and that means even if we only spend half an hour per tree, that's 10 hours of work, which is impossible because it's going to be dark in 10 hours.
Olive picking in the dark is not a good idea.
Then we also have to clean and sort the olives and get them to the press. It's all a bit of a up in the air game. Lisa's biggest concern is that she's not going to have any breaks today.
I've already been told, no pee breaks.
Exactly.
Okay, but let's get going. Come on, what are you waiting for? You see? What's this? My boss is being lazy this morning.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Yes. Whoa. Keep going. Okay.
Nice.
Whoa. That's a good crate. This one will not take long at all. Whoa. Okay.
Okay, we want to gather. Wow.
We only need 10 trees of 10 kilos.
Sad.
Sad. Very sad.
You can't even see it with the camera. Oh, sad. I think we got a bit lucky because this is the first tree we did.
Compared to...
And this is the second tree we did. Let's focus. Need to focus. We need to get open olives.
Forward.
Yeah, some branches are definitely looking better than others.
Okay. Gotta get in here.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to try and step.
I'm stepping all the ones already picked.
I'm trying to find the path here. No, man, don't throw them where I'm stepping. Babe!
But that's what I'm harvesting.
I know. Ooh.
9.85. All before breakfast harvesting. Not too bad at all. Oh. that'll have to do. I think I may be pushing my luck a little bit with how long I'm taking to get them. Andrea's probably going to be finished making breakfast by the time I get back.
Oh, wow. That's loads. Cool, thanks, bro.
Yay.
Oh, brilliant.
Cool. Apparently, it's traditional to take the first pick of asparagus in the season and to make a frittata with it. So this is our version of it.
This is not seasoned. No, it's leftovers from last night, veggies from last night, and it is a frittata. So,
It is.
and with these is freshly picked asparagus on it. But this is like 12 o'clock now, so.
Yes. Whew, we've done 5 hours of work, and I'm just thinking that we don't have another 5 hours to go by till sunset.
Swallow now, chew later. Some work to do.
That's a good tree. Yeah, like coming off in a bundle full here.
How's that?
Good, good, good. Keep going, keep going. Ah!
Okay. Good?
Keep going, keep going. Left, left. Okay, now slowly. Okay, good.
So we don't know yet how much we picked, but it's almost 5 o'clock. We're still going to clean them now. We came up with a genius plan
Of course we did.
to make our lives easier. We're not quite sure exactly how clean olives need to be, but we do know you have to remove all the sticks and the leaves. That's quite a tedious process.
You can also take them to the presser like this and they will clean them for you, but then obviously you pay more.
Okay. Are we cheapskates?
And we are cheapskates.
Look at olives.
Man, this is loads. Our goal is for this to be 100 kilograms because that's sort of the minimum limit, or at least the first charge is for the first 100 kilograms.
This, oh, you need a piece. There's a piece missing here. Where's that little crate? We need that little crate, please. So what we do, what we're going to do is, we actually converted our little trolley. No, this is the trolley we used to move stuff around the land. We just put a little net on it now to work with it. And we're using our very powerful domestic fan. We're going to set up a little chute here to blow the leaves off the olives. That's the theory. Okay, wish us luck.
We do know it needs 3 passes.
We need to fine tune our pouring technique a bit.
So it's not perfect, but I mean, that's a lot more olive. And these are all the leaves that just came out. So that's really pretty good. So you've just got to check through here for the few olives that skip through on this side.
And I think we'll do it
And
again
then we'll just do
now.
another pass.
And then we can check for twigs. But we got a lot to go, so maybe we should keep
But
cracking.
it's pretty efficient.
I think it works.
I think it's great
Just do another one.
for a homemade system.
Omid! Cool.
Nice. These guys will go this way.
Last
Good
one.
job.
Last one.
Sun is setting and we're still passing olives through our filter machine. We're running out of light fast.
I don't think we're going to make it tonight, eh? We're going to continue for another half an hour until it's
Yes.
dark. We're going to grab a shower and something to eat, and we're going to pick this up tomorrow. Okay.
But we're going to go a bit further.
Good night. Good night. Okay, come. Grab a bag.
Bag it and take it. If it comes close to 100, then tomorrow we finish and we reach 100 and we call it quits for tomorrow. And then we decide if we want to do another 100.
Ever.
Hey, is there anywhere olives
All right, come. Let's go. Big cloud. Hopefully it's not going to spoil our party. There's a bit of rain forecast. Hopefully it's not going to happen. Oof. I think there's only about 5 or 6, maybe 7 good trees left. And that should push us to our target. And Lisa's awake, so we're going to get going ASAP. Are you awake, Mario?
Oh, definitely less enthusiastic second day round.
Lisa yesterday said, "Oh, I can do this every day. This is so fun and relaxing."
I can, but I'm with you, the boss. The hours are too long.
And
I
then-
can do this for half a day every day.
More breaks, more food.
More breaks, more food.
Okay, let's go. Are you awake? Have you had coffee?
No.
Okay.
Just look at how laden some of these branches are. It is absolutely crazy. Oh no, are you gonna do it?
These are so, it's like grapes. They just like, you just like pull them off in handfuls. It's incredible.
It's so cool. These are the very rewarding ones. Like I cannot tell you how great it feels to do this.
I can't even move my feet at the moment, but
No.
I'm stuck here.
But yes, once you're standing,
You have to watch
You have to be very
really
careful.
watch your feet.
not to squash all our hard work labor.
Yo, we.
That is a successful crate of olives.
It's quite heavy. Good job.
Wow, that was hectic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
125 kilograms.
So chuffed. I think I can't quite decide whether it was a success or a disaster. It was successful in that nothing went wrong, and I think we had a very smooth harvesting process. The disaster was firstly that I think we ended up with only half the number of trees to harvest for oil because half of our trees turn out to have those big table olives. And the second disaster is timing wise, and this year's yield is just apparently very, very low. Yeah, no, I think we look a bit.
I think we learned a few lessons. Now these guys gotta go to the press as soon as possible. So because time is of the essence, but I think we are happy. So good job.
Let's call the press.
Next time I'll tell you what I'll do next time.
So we are now going to load these bad boys into Millie and go take them to the press, and they will be pressed first thing tomorrow morning. It's been a little bit nerve-wracking because we didn't know whether they're really going to be open today or tomorrow. He said we should wait one day, which we did, and then he'd let me know and keep me updated because they're actually only starting tomorrow. Let's go to the press! Hopefully we're at the right place.
Queste sono tutte gelline.
Ok. E facciamo tanto olio o meno?
Molta qualità, molta
Ok.
qualità. Queste invece sono leccine.
Ah, sono due tipi.
Sì, c'è pure qualche leccina.
Non vedi la differenza. E così abbastanza bene pulito?
Sì, molto pulito.
These are all our olives. So exciting. Goodbye, olives. We definitely learned a few things. One is that we don't need to clean our olives quite that clean.
No,
Which is actually
it's
quite a
always very
relief.
funny.
He says, no, it doesn't cost me anything. I just clean it for you. But he did say he'll give us a discount because our olives are so clean.
Well,
he
what's it supposed to cost?
It's supposed to cost €18 per 100
So what's
kilo.
the discount? $17.50.
Now we can go home, relax, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow press day.
Yay!
Good night.
Good night, good night.
Good morning, welcome back.
And welcome to Presice, la città dell'olio.
We're whispering because it's very quiet here, but not for long. So we came to Presice, a very nearby town to us, and it's actually the same town where we're having our olives pressed later today. But we've got a few hours, and coincidentally today is National Day in Italy, but it's called the Camminata tra gli Olivi, and it means walking amongst the olives.
So we are looking forward to learning a little bit about this town, going to go and visit one of the ancient presses.
This town is known as the City of Oil, and there's underground oil presses that date back centuries. So it's got a super long history in the olive oil tradition. Okay, but we're going to rush. We're going to rush, and I think hopefully it's going to take about an hour and a half, and then we're going to head off to our press of Montoya. Ready?
Wow, look at these beautiful trees. So crazy to see trees like this right inside the city. How cool is this? We're going underground. Oh my God. So other than being known as the city of oil, Presice is also known as the city of Ipoje. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it seems like it was a group of about 8 frantoios, or mills, that created this underground mill area, sort of city, underground city, there, which was actually more favorable economically for the local people to sell their oil to be exported as lamp oil to London and Paris, and then they would rather cook with animal fat because they could make more money that way.
Amazing.
The quality was the same that you would get today, low acidity, but it was just the money was just there to be used as lamp oil rather. Crazy. So over here they would drop the olives from the top down here, and then they would have donkeys, because a donkey was small enough to fit in here as opposed to a horse, and the donkey would go in circles moving the grindstone to create the olive paste in here. And what made this place underground so special was that, number one, it actually cost less to construct because you didn't have to build a building. The cave was already here as a starting point. And then the temperature in here is always constant at 18 degrees. So it was good for preserving the oil, but also in the winter that it wouldn't get cooler than 18 degrees, so the oil wouldn't solidify. Look at those, look at the tunnels. God, where do they go? This way.
Where's the group?
We lost them.
I get lost in here.
Get lost.
Quindi hanno delle uscite.
Best way to end a tour that started at 8:30 this morning is with some wine and olive oil and biscuits.
All right, well,
Cheers.
breakfast of champions.
Definitely learned a lot, and that was pretty cool. Cheers.
Good job. It was interesting find, and now we're going to go press our own olives.
Yeah!
Drink up.
Cheers. It's happening, it's happening!
We're back, let's go. We are back, this is it. What we've been working towards for so long, very exciting. Now the owner here, Alessandro, he's like second or third generation, and they've been pressing oil for more than 40 years in this location.
I think since 1944.
Right, and he's very generously going to allow us to film inside, so let's hope we can see the whole experience.
Wow.
Ha, I think we found our little raisins.
Prendi un po' qua e le faccio salire, le lavo e le faccio fermare là, così
Ok.
ti fai il video.
Ok, perfetto.
Però stiamo veloci, eh?
Sì, sì.
Oh, here we go!
Oh man, this is going to be so awesome. Come vino.
Sì, chiama la gellina e neve.
Wow, that's so
La mangi.
crazy. It's really incredible to be able to be this involved in a process.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much you're going to hear about this. It's super noisy in here. If we follow the complete process here, we're often being washed through the grinder into the churner. The churner then goes for about 30 to 40 minutes, trying to keep the temperature under 27 degrees. And that's to coagulate the oil, and then gets transported to a centrifugal spinner where it actually separates the paste from the oil.
With our handles up. That's us. That's coming through.
Still coming, so it's separating it. It's going to take it through here. Hopefully more than that.
There it goes, here it goes.
Nice, nice.
So, yay! Meanwhile, it's not actually that heavy, it's empty. No, I'm kidding. Oh man, that is so exciting. So Alessandro's also said to us that we must let him know when we want, and he'll come out to the farm and he'll come and have a look at our trees and tell us a little bit about the different types of olives and if there's anything we should do and which ones would be better if we wanted to plant something else or how to look after them.
That's nice.
So he says, no, anytime when it's just a little bit quieter.
All right. Okay, we got our oil. I think we're gonna make a run to a shop and get some fresh
Bread!
get a bit of wind out here, sorry. Fresh bread and taste that one later, and we'll probably give you a summary of the experience and our final thoughts and
What we do differently next
what
time.
we'll do differently, what we've learned. So
Because we've definitely learned a lot.
yeah, so we go.
Okay,
Let's
go taste
go.
the oil. I'm so excited.
Okay, we're back and we're gonna taste this bad boy.
And we'll be honest, except for the fact that, of course, this is the best olive oil in the world.
In the
Because how
world.
can it not be?
Now, take yourself a spoon. Ideally, you want to press as soon as you harvest, and it needs to be harvested straight from the tree, and ideally not picked up the moment it falls and starts fermenting, and it can change the quality of the oil. You want to press within 48 hours, like we said, at the press to keep your acidity as low as possible to ensure it qualifies as extra virgin olive oil. Now, you're supposed to actually put it in your hand and warm it up.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
You can spit it out like wine tasters. Good extra virgin olive oil
Ooh, the aroma.
will smell of cut grass. So what I smell is tomato, green tomato leaves.
Definitely smells very grassy
And
in
you
a
sup-
fresh way.
You're supposed to slip it to allow air, roll it in your mouth so it covers your tongue and your whole your inside of your mouth.
smells so good.
And it'll give you a whole sense of the taste and the flavor and the fattiness. Then when you swallow, you're supposed to get sort of a pepperiness the back of your throat. It might even make you go if it's
Oh my
good.
God, wait. Ooh, it's so... I didn't do the slurping. It's so fresh. It tastes like fresh green everything. I don't know. And I also taste the artichoke that we spoke about.
If you haven't tasted fresh olive oil like this, you're missing out. It's very different from anything I've tasted before. One thing I can say is that I might overindulge in olive oil in the next few months. So one thing I can mention we've learned is that actually the color changed already a little bit. It was bright green when it came out of the press. And it's got to do with the temperature, but now it's a little bit warmer. If you harvest early, you get a very different quality and not necessarily better or worse, but the taste of the olive oil will be very different than when you harvest later.
Well, it will be better in the sense of that it has more polyphenols and it is much better health-wise for you. So it might not, I mean, obviously taste is very subjective. It'll be a more mild taste if you harvest either later in the season or allow the olives a bit more time before pressing.
Before we continue our tasting, let's enjoy a bottle
Oh man, I
of
can't believe
wine.
we're tasting olive oil like this.
So we have to enjoy this for a crispy bottle. I have to give a shout out. We had this bottle for a while now, and we actually have another one. This was our friends in Denmark, Bognes Winery. So shout out to Christian and Laura, and of course, Alan. Thank you. I think he brought this to us.
Yes,
this year.
when he came here,
But
as
this
we just purchased the property.
This was one of their very first harvests, if I'm not mistaken.
And if you're ever looking for really special, really good wine in Denmark, it can be found.
So we thought this is a special enough occasion to crack open one of these bottles.
A bottle of Solaris.
So cheers.
Oh, just
Congratulations.
check, yeah. First harvest. Hopefully the first of many.
Oh, what a perfect match. So we've been talking about this crusty bread and trying the olives. So this is actually a ciabatta with olives in it. I think it'll be a perfect accompaniment. And while we taste this, maybe we can talk quickly about what's on our list. I don't know, what is on our list?
One of the good ways to taste olive oil, if you don't want to just drink it by the teaspoonful, which is obviously the best way to get the real flavors, but is on some bread and then with just a little bit of salt on top. It enhances the flavors of the olive oil.
Salt takes away the bitterness, so it brings out the other flavors typically.
Look at us.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Just can't get enough of our own olive oil.
So this actually leads us onto our next topic, the numbers. Because how much olive oil can we actually consume?
Well, this is going to be interesting. Now, normally we would not consume a litre of olive oil a month. But I have a sneaky feeling that in the next year we are going to consume even more than that.
This brings us to this quandary or dilemma we find ourselves in. We have about 120, 130 trees. And even if we could harvest all of them, I'm not sure we would. And we'll tell you why.
We were more than one type of olive tree, and what we did was we harvested the big table olives to make table olives, and we only harvested the smaller olives to make oil. Of that, we harvested 25 trees, but 5 of those trees produced less than 1 kilogram of olives per tree. That gave us an average of 6 kilograms per other tree, and we got a total of 128 kilograms of olives. Our best producing tree, and we did have 2 or was it 3 trees that actually gave us 12 kilograms per tree. So that's pretty good. And I think that would be one of our goals, is to prune the trees in such a way that we can at least just up the productivity to closer to 10.
These grows, old grows that sort of spaced well and has been affected by the Xylella bacteria, really is expected only to yield about 5 kilograms per tree at this phase, maybe even less. A lot of these trees produce nothing. If these trees were not affected by the bacteria, you could expect about 20
To
kilograms.
30 kilos.
To 30 kilograms if they mature. And if you go to more industrial scale where the trees are a little bit more closely spaced and heavily tended to, they can get up to 50 kilograms depending on the region.
The other thing that we learned is that there are also cycles in nature. So you have good producing years and then you have bad producing years, and they do seem to be somewhat cyclic. No one can always predict or say what the reason was, but this year was generally quite a bad year because of the long dry summer.
And also keep in mind that your yield depends very much on how you prune. The next year's olives only grow on last year's new growth. So it's something we have to think about going forward. So next year we might even do worse. So let's cut to the chase. 128 kilograms of olives. We took it to the press, the Frantoio. We got 17 liters of oil out of it, which is actually pretty good. If we went to the shop and we bought region-specific extra virgin olive oil, we would have been able to get it for 12 euros a litre. If we went to our neighbor, and got organic,
Certified organic,
would have
extra
been
virgin.
20 euros a litre. The point is, 17 litres of oil would have cost us
200 plus euros, just thereabouts. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Just to put it in perspective, we paid somebody 200 euros just to cut the grass. If you want to get somebody in to come and trim the trees professionally, and they're probably going to spend 2 or maybe even 3 days on our land to trim those trees.
maybe longer. But that leads on to the challenge here. It's fun to say have 10 trees in your backyard and that's your hobby.
And it's very special.
And it's special, and you can harvest your own oil, and you can justify the time and energy you spend on it. But if you want to scale it, it becomes a bit of a challenge. For us to even think about harvesting 120 or 130 trees, we really have to pause and figure out why and how and would we do it?
Well, this is the thing. This year, it didn't cost us because we put our own hours of man labor into it.
Well, it did cost us.
Well, it did cost us, but I mean, we didn't go all out and spend money on getting it done.
No, sure. We didn't pay other people for their labor. We still had to buy the equipment. We still had to drive to the press. We still had to
Pay the press.
We still had to get your containers and your nets and your rakes and next year we might need more stuff to do it more efficiently. But you end up with more oil. And what do we do with more oil?
We have to think about what we'll do differently next time. Do we go small? Identify our 20 trees, which we think will give us the best productivity, nurture them, and try and just maximize those 20? Or do we go large?
Whether we're going to try and rejuvenate the 60 trees in another piece of land and try and get olives out of them, I don't know. It depends what we do over the next year, and we're not going to spend a lot of time here over the next year. Spoiler alert. Like you say, do you just produce enough oil for yourself and to give away to some people? Ironically, everybody around us make their own oil, so nobody wants our oil.
It's terrible to see these old trees being abandoned, and we'd love to actually put a little bit more into it. We're not talking about making profit, but making it sustainable. And I think that's the challenge that faces many people in this area right now.
Especially the smallish traditional farmers who have 50 trees or 100 trees, the yield is just so low.
We appreciate the fact that so many people, particularly in the UK, have said they would love to buy some oil from us. But unfortunately, it's actually not that simple.
Even if we could sell our oil, it's not economically feasible. Firstly, you got to be prepared to spend 20 euros or 20 pounds a litre of my oil. I don't even want to sell it.
And that won't cover our costs.
The way forward is to try and create a value-added experience where you come to this region, you pick the olives with us, we take you to the press, we show you how it works, we introduce you to some local chefs, they'll cook you some local food, and we share that experience with you. Yes, it's going to cost you a little bit more than buying a litre of oil.
And then as part of that experience, you end up taking home the olive oil that you picked. And in that way, it has a whole different value to just being extra virgin olive oil.
Okay, to end this conversation, maybe one thing we can ask you, if you watch this video, don't buy cheap extra virgin olive oil. Think about the origin of it. Think about how is it possible that that oil is so cheap. There's something wrong with the supply chain if the oil is so cheap. So try and buy a regional oil where you can identify the actual origin of the products and support that industry as if in any way possible. And on that high note, or low note, thank you for watching our first olive harvest season. We were super excited about it, and I think it lived up to expectations 100 times.
It was absolutely fantastic, and I'm already looking forward to next year.
I'm a little bit nervous for next year because I want to get one of those mechanical things you can tickle the trees so the olives can fall a bit. So
You can tickle me.
Thanks for watching as always. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our channel and smash that like button. And we hope to see you next time in Italy.
Ciao.
Cheers. Arrivederci.